You wanted that job, you wanted that thing, you wanted that those dreams to be successful. You wanted something, and for some reason you didn't get it. And everyone around you said that, oh, God has a better plan. So calm down and don't grieve about your plan. Hi guys, this is T, and today on T Talks, we will talk about the reality behind the word better. The disappointment, the feelings, the emotions behind this word. And maybe better isn't always better. So, if you lose something, any dream, anything, if you lose something, people around you always comfort you with the words, oh, God has a better plan. He must have thought something for you, something better than you can imagine. But is that better always a better thing? People say this line to comfort us, to restore our hope, so that we don't lose any hope, to encourage the patience in us. But does that works in real life? I think that works in theory really well, because you can write that in theory, and it's when you read that, it shows so much hope that, oh, God has a better plan. I might not do anything because He will give me everything. I dreamt of an apple, and because I didn't get it, so God will now give me a trees full of apples. So it's just not one apple. I will get a full tree with thousands of apples. People need to understand that we had invested all our times, all our hearts, everything into that plan. We had imagined it. We had every picture of it in our mind. And we had thought everything, but still we lost it. So we need to grieve about that plan, right? And the feeling of rejection, the feeling of grief, the feeling of loss, we have to go through that phase in order to move on. It's just not logical that I lost something, I lost someone, I lost my dreams or anything, and God has a better plan. And shoot, like I'm normal. Oh, God has a better plan, then I'll forget about my plan, and I'll focus on just God's plan. Oh, He will give me something. He will give me something. So things doesn't works like that, okay? And moving on from that plan is very important, but it needs time. Like we need time. We are humans, and we need time to move on from that plan. And by the time the better arrives, maybe we have already closed that chapter. Maybe now we don't want any apples. Now we are fond of oranges, and we want orange. So if God gives me a tree full of apples, I don't know what to do with that. Also, there's a point that what looks better on paper might not look better in reality. I mean, just imagine I wanted a job in some field, and for some reason, I didn't get that job in that field. Now, God's better plan is to give me a job with a better pay, but not in that field, in another field. So, will I be happy enough? Or will that better be better for me? Yeah, the salary is better, maybe the environment, the work culture is better, but I don't want to be in that field. So that better isn't better for me. It's just better on paper. The advice seems really thoughtful, and really you can get all Bora full of hopes from that advice. The problem is that people say these words without acknowledging the feeling of loss, the feeling of grief, without letting us move on, like letting us go with the flow. No, they don't. They don't acknowledge all these things. They just want to switch on and off between my plan and God's plan, and be happy about what I don't really want, but because that is better on paper, so I should be happy about it. Okay, so here's a quick story, which I've already shared in pieces throughout the video, but here I'll share it in one go. So just imagine there's a boy, and he is fond of apples in his childhood, and he runs in the field in order to get that apple. But the moment he reaches, that apple is gone, that apple is nowhere to be found. And everyone in the village says, oh, calm down, God has a better plan. He will give you something much, much better. So don't cry, okay? And wait for that better to come. That boy waits, 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 and waits, and one day suddenly he finds an apple tree where he finds hundreds of apples on that tree. He could reach that now because he has gained a good height to reach those apples and to pluck them off the tree. But now he doesn't like apple. He waited so much that he has grown out of that feeling of liking the apple. Now he don't want that apple. He just want oranges. And now he can't find oranges because he has a tree full of apples. And people around him says that, oh boy, you've got a tree full of apples and still you want oranges? Now you're gonna blame God that He didn't give you anything? So that's the story. I hope it was easy to interpret and understand. So maybe God has a better plan for you. But what comes in between your plan and God's better plan matters. And that is the pain, the loss, the grief, and the feelings you go through. You need to move on from those feelings. And it takes time. And you're allowed to grieve, to feel the pain, to feel the loss of your plan you once had. That's it for today, guys. See you on the next video of Talks. We'll be coming up with strange topics. Stay tuned. Bye. Toodle.